Mine? Um, maybe later?
She wrinkled her nose. A strange tingling came over her as her swan beat its wings madly.
Mine? I think I need to go somewhere.
Her feet took her away from the dance floor like they had a life of their own. The flapping of wings inside her was so loud, the noise and music around her faded away. Her swan frantically swung its head side to side as if searching for something. Feeling her swan's frenetic energy, she had no choice but be swept away by its whim, and she dashed across the ballroom, sidestepping other guests.
Mine?
Her vision tunneled, focusing on a pinpoint leading her toward the bar. There were several people there, but one particular person caught her attention, despite the fact that his back was to her and she could only make out dark hair and broad shoulders. Her hand reached out and tapped him on the arm.
Excuse me?
She breathed out. Slowly, he turned around. His dark head was bowed, his gaze going immediately to the exposed cleavage of her low-cut dress. "Hey, sweetheart." A smile spread across his lips as his head slowly tilted up. "What can I do for
Mine.
you?" Light golden brown eyes stared right back at her, sending electricity across her skin as she heard something from deep within him answer back. "Mine."
Yes,
She gasped.
it's me.
Her swan squawked animatedly. This was it. It was him. When she heard that Sarah and Daniel were mates, she almost didn't believe it. Growing up with no one to explain to her what being a shifter was all about, she could only do her own research on the internet, and even then, the information was not really accurate or scientific. But she had heard about mates. That fate paired shifters with someone they were intended to be with, and that only those with animals inside them would be able to tell who their mate was. She mentally slapped her forehead. God, she was so dumb. Her swan was looking all the time, trying to find him in all those guys she dated, asking that question, mine, and never getting an answer back because they were all wrong. But now, he was here. Even though she didn't realize that she was looking for him, she knew it. He was the one she had been searching for. And oh dear, he was breathtaking. He was tall, a couple of inches over 6 feet with a lean, graceful build. He wasn't overly hulking like Daniel or many of the shifters here, but his shoulders were broad and his biceps strained against his shirt. He was handsome too, with firm lips and a chiseled, clean-shaven jaw. But what she couldn't tear her gaze away from was his eyes. They were the color of molten honey, and she wanted to lose herself in them. Joy burst through her, making her heart leap out of her chest. She couldn't stop the smile on her face, even if she wanted to. Looking up at him, she could see the shock register on his face as his eyes widened and his jaw slackened. "Yo, Anders!" someone called from behind. "You joining us?" He didn't answer, just kept staring at her. Darcy couldn't move either. His companion peeked from behind him, said something, then shrugged and walked away. Time ticked by, with neither of them saying anything or moving. Finally, she managed a breath and lunged forward, wrapping her arms around him. "Oh, God, he smelled so good."
I can't believe it.
she whispered.
I didn't think I'd find you.
He tensed in her arms, and something in her brain got through the blissful clouds surrounding her. Frowning, she released him and stepped back.
Your name is Anders? I'm Darcy. Darcy Wednesday.
I know who you are. Of course he did. This actually made it easier. Sarah had told her that although Daniel had known instantly she was his mate, she didn't know because she was human, and that had caused some problems between them initially.
Great. So, do you want to, go somewhere to talk? Or you can meet my family?
His nostrils flared and his jaw hardened. "Nah, I don't think so." Oh, God, she sounded stupid. Maybe they were supposed to do something else?
Oh, okay. What do you want to do then?
His Adam's apple bobbed as he swallowed hard. "Listen, Daisy,"
Darcy.
she corrected. Her swan pecked its beak toward him irritably. "Yeah, okay. I don't do relationships." She blinked.
Excuse me?
The corner of his mouth quirked up. "You seem like a nice girl, Darla, but I'm not the one for you." Was he joking?
But I heard it. My animal said it, and yours.
Be that as it may, this just isn't going to work out, Dolly.
But we're